A capsule labeled 1,000 milligrams on a UK supermarket shelf can contain as little as 250 milligrams of the omega-3 fatty acids that actually do anything, with the rest just filler fish oil that does nothing for your heart or brain. That gap between what the label shouts and what the capsule delivers is exactly what this investigation is about. We're counting down 5 overpriced UK fish oil brands where the marketing outpaces the medicine, then revealing 3 that actually earn their place in your basket. From misleading front label claims to bulk tubs quietly going rancid, each entry exposes a different way shoppers lose money on omega-3. Let's start the countdown at number 5, with the product most of you have probably already bought. In the 5th place, the supermarket own brand 1,000 milligrams fish oil capsule sets the standard for label sleight of hand. The front of the bottle promises a full gram of fish oil per capsule, but a glance at the nutrition panel tells a different story. Only about 250 milligrams of that is actually EPA and DHA, the 2 fatty acids that matter for heart and brain health. That means roughly 3/4 of each capsule is just generic oil, not the active ingredient most people think they're buying. For anyone aiming for the UK's recommended 450 milligrams daily dose, a single capsule barely gets you halfway there. 2 capsules are needed to hit the target, doubling both the pill count and the cost, which quickly erodes the apparent bargain. This wording pops up across nearly every supermarket own label range, making it the classic example of value that looks good on the shelf, but falls short once you do the maths. In the 4th place, Holland and Barrett Omega 3 fish oil concentrate 1,000 milligrams steps up the branding, but not the potency. The word concentrate sits front and center, promising a sense of extra strength, yet the numbers on the back panel tell a more modest story. 180 milligrams of EPA and 120 milligrams of DHA per capsule, for a combined 300 milligrams of the active omega-3s. That is still less than a third of the 1,000 milligrams splashed across the front, and a single capsule falls well short of the UK's recommended daily intake of 450 milligrams EPA plus DHA. In practice, you would need 2 capsules to reach the target, pushing the daily cost to around 17 pence and doubling the pill count. While the packaging looks more premium than the supermarket basics, the actual gain is minimal. Here it is the language doing most of the heavy lifting, not the dose. For shoppers, this is a lesson in shelf confidence versus real value. In 3rd place, BioGland's Super Fish Oil 556 milligrams earns its spot by showing just how much power a single word can carry on a label. The super in its name suggests a high-octane dose, but the numbers on the back tell a more modest story. Each capsule contains 556 milligrams of fish oil, which is actually smaller than the standard 1,000 milligram capsules you'll find from most high street brands. Of that, only about 305 milligrams is the combined EPA and DHA, the 2 omega-3s that matter for heart and brain health. That's not much more than the supermarket basics, despite the punchier branding. At about 30 pence a day, the price per pill doesn't look outrageous, but that figure only holds if you're content with a lower dose. To actually reach the UK's recommended daily intake of 450 milligrams EPA plus DHA, you'd need to double up, pushing the daily cost closer to 60 pence and the pill count to 2. BioGland's Super Label, then, is a masterclass in marketing, delivering a middling dose dressed up as something much more powerful. In the 2nd place, the bulk-bought multi-pack fish oil tub brings a different kind of risk to the table, one that has little to do with label maths and everything to do with what happens after the bottle has been opened. A 240 or even 360 capsule container might look like a solid bargain, especially online, but fish oil is famously sensitive to air, light, and warmth. Each time the lid comes off, oxygen gets in, and over weeks or months, that slow exposure can push the oil toward rancidity. Independent lab tests and consumer reports, including a witch warning, have flagged that a worrying number of these bulk packs exceed safe oxidation limits before they are even half finished. The science behind it is simple. Omega-3s are highly unsaturated and break down quickly once exposed, producing off flavors and reducing the actual EPA and DHA you are hoping to get. So while the cost per capsule might look unbeatable on paper, the real price could be stale oil and weaker potency by the time you reach the bottom of the tub. Freshness, not just quantity, is what matters most here. And finally, in first place, Solgar Triple Strength Omega-3 takes the crown for the UK's most overpriced fish oil supplement. The branding is all about status, triple strength, gold label, and a price tag to match. Yet the economics tell a different story. UK consumer testing puts Solgar at around £1.25 a day for a standard dose, making it the most expensive option in the tested lineup by a wide margin. The expectation set by Triple Strength is a product that justifies its premium, but when you look at the numbers, the promise falls flat. Each soft gel delivers 950 milligrams of EPA and DHA, which sounds impressive until you realize several mid-priced brands offer a similar or even higher dose for less than a third of the daily cost. The gap here isn't about potency. Solgar does deliver a high-strength capsule. It's about value for money. Shoppers paying top pound are getting little more than a premium badge and a hefty bill, not a better result. This is the clearest example of branding outpacing real-world benefit in the UK fish oil market. Coming to the top three, Vitabiotics Ultra Omega-3. High potency marks a shift from clever branding to straightforward delivery. The label reads 60% high purity, and for once, the numbers on the back actually support the front. A daily serving, 2 capsules, delivers 355 milligrams of EPA and 235 milligrams of DHA, adding up to 590 milligrams of the omega-3s that matter. That is drawn from 1,080 milligrams of total fish oil, so the active content lines up cleanly with what is promised. At about 35 pence a day from a typical 60 capsule box, it sits as a mainstream high street option that does not play games with the math. There is no inflated super or triple language, just a clear panel and a dose that comfortably clears the UK's 450 milligram recommendation. For shoppers tired of decoding labels, this is what a defensible pharmacy shelf product looks like when transparency wins out over hype. In the second place, 7C's Omega-3 Max Strength with vitamin D makes a case for paying more, if convenience and potency are top priorities. Each soft gel delivers a hefty 1,250 milligrams of fish oil with around 1,063 milligrams of total omega-3s, including EPA and DHA. That means a single capsule not only clears the UK's recommended 450 milligram daily target, but more than doubles it, all in one go. The addition of vitamin D is a small bonus, but the real selling point is dose integrity. What's promised on the front is backed up by the numbers on the back. Of course, this comes at a price. About 73 pence a day puts it firmly in the premium bracket. Yet, unlike many max strength or super labels that fall apart under scrutiny, 7C's ties its higher cost directly to a meaningful, once daily serving. For shoppers who want to take one capsule and be done with it, the maths here actually adds up. And finally, in first place, Weight World Omega-3 2,000 milligrams delivers the most convincing value story in the UK fish oil aisle. While the front of the bottle claims a hefty 2 grams per capsule, it's the numbers on the back and the supporting paperwork that set it apart. Independent UK reviewers have confirmed that each soft gel contains around 660 milligrams of EPA and 440 milligrams of DHA, giving a total of 1,100 milligrams of the active omega-3s that actually matter for health. That's more than double the standard SACN daily recommendation, and it's achieved without bulking up the formula with cheaper filler oils. The fish oil itself is sourced from sustainably caught wild anchovies, a detail that's increasingly important to shoppers wary of overfished stocks. Lab reports show no flagged contaminants, and the ingredient list is refreshingly straightforward. At roughly 16 pence per capsule, Weight World shows that a low shelf price doesn't have to mean watered-down potency. For anyone who's grown skeptical of bold branding and small print surprises, This is the rare supplement where the label and the lab results actually agree. Across all 8 brands, one thing's clear. Strong-sounding labels don't guarantee real omega-3 value. In a market full of hype, it's the small print, EPA and DHA per capsule that tells the truth. Flip the bottle, check those numbers, and make your money count. Which brand's in your cupboard?